Good evening and welcome to Cliffyland's Global Cooking Challenge. Tonight is night 2 of our home country as we work our way through all 193 United Nations member states in our 4-year Learn to Cook Challenge. As we work our way from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe, this is weekend country number 185, night number 2. Tonight we are cooking the food of the United States of America. And that's a little weird for us here, but we're going to make it work. Tonight, again, is night 2. Friday night was night 1. We did Native American food. On Friday night, we did a bison chili with cornbread, which came out very nicely with a cactus, green apple, and chayote salad. Tonight, we are making an all-American favorite, fried chicken, biscuits, and coleslaw, a summer picnic staple pretty much no matter where you are in the US of A. Thank you for the follow, Daniel, and thank you for the like, Ali and Anthony. We are live streaming on both Meerkat and Periscope, so the Periscope people will get the bird's eye view. Thank you for the heart sector, and let me set up the mirror here real quick. We have got a lot of moving parts. We have got a carefully choreographed ballet of food happening today. So we got all our prep done. Hello, Anthony. Greetings. Let me flip the Periscope people around. Howdy. I'm going to leave you there right now because we are going to get moving. We have got a lot of stuff going on. We have our buttermilk biscuits ready to be prepped, our fried chicken ready to be fried, and our coleslaw ready to be slawed. So first, let me reach behind you here and plug in my deep fryer. I went through a lot of work to try to find a fried chicken recipe, which I hope is really great. They called for a skillet. I'm plugging in the deep fryer behind you here. Pardon my reach. I will be moving the the Periscope people to the bird's eye view in short order here, but I need to preheat my oil to 350. There we go. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to move. We are going to start, yes, with the chicken. So you get the bird's eye view, so you go up here. And there, and you get to come over this way. Hello, we are listening to patriotic marches. So it's gonna be all Philip Sousa, John Philip Sousa all the time. So we have our station here set up for our chicken. I'm a little stressed over this, so as I am with everything. But I need to take pictures. The pictures, again, are for the blog. The blog is at cliffyland.com. There you will find pictures, links to the original recipes, links to these videos, information about the countries, and reviews how everything went. Also, you can catch up on all the countries that you missed. All 184 of them. We only have 7 more before we hit Zimbabwe, the end of the line, and then we will go on to our interstitial phase of doing some territories and non-UN member states, and then we will start phase 2 of the challenge, which we'll talk about later. But now, I have got a wet bowl and a dry bowl, and I'm going to switch the wet and the dry. No, I'm going to switch the wet and the dry this way. Okay, so in this bowl here, I'm going to whisk buttermilk. This is buttermilk in absolutely everything here. Thank you for the restream, and I apologize if I can't see. JP, thank you. So our buttermilk and egg, 1 egg. And, whoopsie, that's fun. Half a cup of water. And we're going to whisk that together. Okay, here we go. So there's going to be a wet bowl and a dry bowl. And again, I apologize to anyone on Periscope if you write comments and I don't see them, because if I don't happen to be looking up. Incidentally, in order to make this whole chicken thing work, I had to do that thing that I hate, which is starting stuff the night before. So last night, at like 11:30 at night, I got my whole chicken, I chopped it up, and then I made a mix with salt, pepper, paprika, cayenne, I'm sure there's something else I'm forgetting, and rubbed it all over the chicken pieces, and then put it in this bag, which is sitting over here, which is soaking in buttermilk, and that was been in the fridge since last night. So this is a salty brine that is being brined in, and it's being brought to room temperature. It's been sitting out for an hour now. Hey Yolanda, how you doing? So now that we have you, let me clean this off. We're going to mix together our dry ingredients, which are as follows. Where's my camera? Was on Periscope, came on for a screenshot. Oh, that's very nice of you. Here. We've got our flour. That's a whole lot of flour. We've got flour. I've used up an insane amount of flour here. If you're around, come by. Okay, so our flour goes in to the dry bowl. I could have just started out in that bowl, but I did not think. And then to that, we're going to add the... Where are you? Is there cornstarch? Yes, I put it in the wrong place. Cornstarch. And 1 teaspoon of salt. And 1 teaspoon of pepper. And this is not where it goes. It's gonna go in here instead of in this bowl, in this baking dish. I don't know why, but maybe logistically it just works better that way. So, whisking all this together. I was just hearing all this. You don't hear these patriotic marches so much anymore these days. When there's fireworks and 4th of July, they wind up playing other patriotic stuff, which tends to drive me crazy. I'd be much more comfortable with the Sousa marches all the time. There's a certain song I can't take. Anywho, we've made this lovely bed of flour, salt, cornstarch, salt, and pepper. And let me whisk it up a little more. Okay, here's the scary part. Just gotta get messy. And I'm not gonna move everyone for this, because I have got my bowl, I've got a colander, and then I have my chicken, which, like I said, was marinating overnight in the refrigerator and has been sitting on the counter now for an hour to come to room temperature. So I'm going to drain this over there. You don't need to see this, but I'll be right back. Losing the buttermilk. Shoe fly shoe. Okay. Hopefully I will not dump all this chicken down the sink. My goodness, that looks good. Okay, you're going to see in a second. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Here's our drained chicken pieces that were all marinated and stuff overnight. And I need to take a picture of that before this starts getting messy, which is going to right soon. In fact, this is going to be a logistical nightmare. So let's see how we can maneuver this, because we need room for everything. Every square inch of this kitchen is being occupied by something. So I'm going to be working from taking these pieces. Hey, Swedish Food TV, how you doing? Greetings. We are making an all-American fried chicken, biscuits, and coleslaw. So, I have a tray. I have my... Just because I'm running out of receptacles, I've got my cast iron skillet that I'm just using as a holding spot for this chicken. I'm going to try to do this with tongs, because I really don't want to get my hands in there too much if I don't have to. So, I'm not going to even take pictures of the... oh, I should. Okay, here goes nothing. Taking the piece of chicken, dropping it into the wet, and putting it over the wet. And pictures. So good seeing you guys. Victor, how you doing? I understand you are numb now. How are you liking that? Are you enjoying it? I got the app. I've been looking at it a little bit. Looks interesting. Hello, David. Thank you for the like. So now I'm dripping the excess back in, and then switching over to the flour and dredging it in the flour. Coating it as much as I can in the flour, and then setting it over to dry on the wax paper. Did I take a picture of this step? No, I did not. Okay. Okay. So, some recipes I saw said to make sure to let this dry for a certain amount of time, which is just fine since I have plenty of time. That I need to take care of the rest of the stuff. So, although oddly enough, it said to do it in the put it in the refrigerator for an hour and then take it out for 10 minutes afterwards, which and then other stuff talked about basically doing this whole procedure a second time. Hi, Cliffy. Actually, we're on Facebook now. Oh, really? I'm gonna have to find you there. I have to remember to do that. My page doesn't have the... Well, actually, I lied. I want to say it doesn't have the Facebook Live video, but I saw that there was a series of steps and apps, though I really feel that it's just the nature of my page on Facebook that they haven't made available for me yet, though they have for other people. So, I think it's a me thing. Okay. Again, thank you for the hearts. And again, I apologize to Periscope people for not being able to look up when I am dipping. So, fried chicken, all American. It's curious to me, I mean, it's not curious to people in the rest of the world, how the fried chicken KFC is such a huge thing all over the world, and how the KFC brand is sort of subleased to an Arab company somewhere for the Middle East, and it's such a massively huge thing in the Middle East. I had no idea that there's a KFC that you can sit at see the pyramids from the windows of a KFC, and why is that doing that? Oh, the remote app is going to come in handy here. Okay, don't let it sit there too long. Okay, I've got a whole chicken going. Oh, yes, we... hit the next button if you can. There's just something wrong with the streaming.
What's the next button?
Did you do something?
I'm trying. I went to the next song and I'm clicking play.
Okay, I just hit play. Now I hit stop. Okay.
It's asking me to start playback.
Hold on. Everyone stay there. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Good seeing you.
Finished this national, or it was on national emblem and couldn't play that for some reason.
Hopefully that'll go. There we go. We're back. And we're back. Yes, we're still, okay. So, back to our dipping. The vagaries of streaming music. Okay, in the bath. Drip, 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 drip. Into the drip. Rob, thank you so much for... Oh, no, that's Vicky. Sorry, my eye is really bad. Thank you for the restream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, fried chicken is about as American as it gets. I was trying to look for dishes that kind of covered the entire U.S. and not any specific region, even though fried chicken is technically associated mostly with the South. The southern fried chicken, but there's all different kinds of fried chicken in the U.S. Of course, people more familiar with Kentucky Fried Chicken, started by Colonel Sanders in, was it Louisville? Or somewhere in Kentucky. In a garage, in a garage. He had a garage, a gasoline thing, and started frying chicken, and then his wife said, that's really good, we should sell it, and then the rest is history. Actually, I met Colonel Sanders. Oh, I didn't met him, I saw him in person. I was a little kid. I stream, you stream, everyone likes I stream. Apron inside out. Oh, apron inside out. It is inside out. I was seeing my name right side up. How funny. How funny. How weird. Thank you for noticing. How funny is that? Okay. Bloopers and practical jokes. Yeah, Facebook now. Emilio. Hello, Emilio. Hello, who are we looking at? Arnold's. Greetings. So we are on our last piece of chicken. No, our last two pieces of chicken here. We cut up a whole chicken. We marinated it overnight in buttermilk. Rubbed it with a salt, pepper, paprika, cayenne pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. Those are the other spices. The 11 herbs and spices, as it were. Drip, 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 drip. Also, I made a mistake. Meerkat pivoting on apron. Oh, ha ha ha. And dredge. Dredge, I think I have room for the last piece in that space. I hope. Okay, last piece. And I apologize, I didn't cut the little ends off the wings. I'll try to get to that later. Okay, dredging in the liquid mixture. Yeah, one recipe I said talked about doing this twice. My brother is interested what you cooked in Latvian dish. He is a cook. Oh, that's very interesting. Oh, he wants to know what I cooked, or he saw what I cooked and he's interested? I think it's Emily. Oh, Emily, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for liking the restream. If you're wondering what I cooked for Latvia, I don't remember off the top of my head. You can find it on cliffyland.com. If you are saying you saw it already and is interested in cooking, that would be very cool. That is lovely to hear. But again, it's at cliffyland.com, and I apologize. It's been almost more than 2 years. No, about 2 years since I cooked Latvia, so I'm a little fuzzy on that. I know one of them I really screwed up a potato thing. He is just curious. No, that's okay. I screwed up a potato thing. No what? What did I miss? Sorry, I wasn't looking up. Hi. Okay, so, boy, we've got a mess going here.
Do I need to clean?
You don't have to. I mean, eventually we'll have to, but...
I'll just throw all the pots and pans out.
Hey, hold on, gotta clean these little tongs here. Because they'll be necessary. But now we're gonna move on to our biscuits, and we're doing better time than I expected. I'd given myself, a full half hour for this, so. Doing better than I thought. Good, just need to go to school really early. I don't want to... Hi, Emily says hello. Okay, so we're done with these two bits, so we're going to dump these. And we're done with the flour. So, because we're going to need every bit of the space. Oh, what a mess. Okay, and then so we're going to set this, the chicken, to dry. We're just going to let it sit and dry until we're ready. Meanwhile, we've preheated our oil to 350, which is finally reached. We've got a deep fryer. Recipe I saw, your power of recall is normally spectacular. No, Derek, there you are. Yeah, no, Latvia, I mean, I could count in my head, but that's my party trick, and I have other stuff in my head right now, so, but yes. What is wrong tong? That tong to tong tong tong, it's a song. Tong song. A song from, well, I can technically say before you were born, because I know. Shortly before you were born, but before you were born nonetheless. Okay, trying to clean up a little bit here. Okay, so we're going to move on to our biscuits. So, our biscuits, we have in here our flour, whole lot of flour. We have buttermilk, 2001, I am born. Yeah, so the song I'm thinking of is from 2000, so hence, the before you were born. And I have a nephew your age. So that makes you 14. No? Yes, 14 now. Yes, I have a nephew who's just a few months older than you. Okay, so here we go. Buttermilk and gravy, nom. This time it's just these are honey biscuits. Biscuits in the U.S. are not like biscuits in England. They are not cookies. We call what you call biscuits, we call cookies. We call biscuits biscuits. They're, you know, puffy bread, full of cholesterol and stuff, all that. So we've taken care of all of this. We have to preheat the oven to 400 over here. And while that, do you know how do you know it's because I know when he was born? I was around. Once more with the whisk. Is the whisk handy?
I have not seen it. I haven't touched it.
I thought it was in there somewhere.
I don't know. It might be buried under
there.
there.
Here it is. Always with the whisk. Everything is with the whisk. Okay. Mary Williams, hi. Thank you for the like. Thank you so much for the hearts. So now we're moving on to our biscuits. While our fried chicken dries sitting over there. We have our flour, and now we're going to whisk together this and the salt. Let me get everything together here. Salt. And sugar. No, he's born in May. That makes him older.
Zachary?
Yes. And, oops.
Yes, he just turned 15.
Yes, and she hasn't turned 15 yet. No, he's born in May, so like I said, he's older than you. You will be 15, he's 15 now. I need to check something. Because I missed something. I need more baking powder. Stop it. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Do I have the measuring thing?
It doesn't touch anything.
Okay. Yes, I had set out the baking. Yes, so, well, just a few months different. It's a big difference when you're that young. As you get older, few months difference becomes being the same age. And as you get older, like being 10 years apart is the same age. So yeah, okay. So we're gonna add the baking powder, baking powder, baking powder. Okay. That's what's gonna let it rise. Hello, thank you for the like, Virgo. Yeah. Arnold's, thank you for the like. And baking powder. Okay, so now we're going to whisk that together. Okay, here we go, whisking. Whisking all of this. This is 5 cups of flour. This makes 6 biscuits. There are 2 of us eating. So we will each get 1 biscuit, and then I'm sure it's going to taste so good, I'm going to happily have the other 4 over the course of the week for lunch, because I'm sure they're magically delicious. So, whisking away in Margaritaville. Okay. Just guessing, don't want to take over the stream. That's okay. Did I? Almost means you're a twin? Question mark. You don't say Cliffy, I know what biscuit you mean. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed, and why would you whisk dry ingredients? To mix them all together. So they're all integrated throughout, and you don't have the salt just in one place and the pepper in another place and such, or baking soda. Because now we're going to do something unusual. We're going to take out our butter, which we had in the freezer, frozen butter, and it says using a box grater. I'm going to use this grater. I hope it's not too huge a difference. Maybe I should use, I just don't like using it, but I guess I should. Bigger holes. So we're going to grate the frozen butter into flour. And this is 10 tablespoons of butter being grated into this. So here we go. Hold on, I need to get a picture of that. Okay. I've never encountered dealing with frozen butter before, but now I have. Of course, now I get butter all over my hands. And getting butter everywhere, too. You know, I was just telling my husband the story of when I was a little kid. I only tell like part of the story. But I was in 3rd grade, and I had a very, 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 very mean teacher. Let's just put it that way. But she decided she wanted to have a big performance with the class and have everyone march around to John Philip Sousa marches. And since I was the littlest kid, I led everyone. And so we were just marching up and down through the cafeterias and between the tables and everything. And then come the day of, I was sick, and I had to call in sick. And she did not enjoy that. So now I always think about that whenever I hear these marches. My tablet broke. I only had 1 week to get it stopped working. I'm sorry your tablet broke. Ow, this is doing a job on my arms. Ow, dang it. Oh, okay, it's warm in here, and this is exercise. I got my 10 miles in this morning, though. I had to get up at 5 in the morning to do it. Slept in shifts. Slept 2 hours, ran for 2 hours, slept for 2 hours, did stuff for 2 hours, slept for 2 hours. I don't think that's healthy. Yeah. Wow, this is doing a job on my forearms. Oi. Okay, let's mix you up. Yay for Cliffy. Anybody, fellow Americans, if you're out there, does anybody have any, 4th of July traditions? 4th of July being the American Independence Day, the time that we have Memorial Day coming up soon, next weekend, which, I'm going to sound really stupid. Veterans Day, the one that started as Armistice Day, is that the one?
Yes.
So Memorial Day was always been Memorial Day?
I don't know the history.
Yeah, that's the one where you honor the dead soldiers. Veterans Day is where you honor the living veterans. But people are always posting pictures of graves on their Facebook page. I'm like, no, that's Memorial Day. This is Veterans Day, but then there's Labor Day, marks the end of summer. So we're approaching, even though the weather here is already damn hot. We are, in case you're wondering, in Florida, in South Florida, in a town called Jupiter, which is about 2 hours north of Miami, about an hour north of Fort Lauderdale, about half an hour north of West Palm Beach. And we're known for certain historical stuff and nature, a lighthouse, and celebrities who live around here. Who always paint our face in the colors of the American flag. That's interesting. And I said, no, he's busy doing stuff. And we also have Memorial Day here. Yes, well, I imagine that's kind of a thing that everyone has on some day or other. Seems like a standard thing that countries do. This frozen butter is now becoming not so frozen as it's been in my hand this whole time. Wow. I'm glad I gave myself extra time. Oh, yeah. Red, blue, and white. Yes, you got the red, blue, and we got the red, white, and blue. Like what, the most popular colors? Oh, I thought it was cheese. No, it's butter. It's frozen butter. Frozen butter, if you can believe it. It's been in the freezer since this morning. So I hope that gave it enough time to be frozen. I don't think it's ever gets, rock solid. Oh my God. Come on down. We're getting there. Just saying. Yep. There was a thing I was seeing, like the different colors of flags, and I'm really into flags. And you see sort of like by continent, the most popular colors and the most popular colors in the world, and the type of things that you'll find, stripes or emblems or, religious things, depending. So it's kind of like, I think red, white, and blue are like about the most popular colors on flags just across the whole world. And red, but what the red symbolizes in the different flags in ours, it does look like cheese. Yes, well, it's sort of like a cheese grater. So the red symbolizes what? The blood of the patriots. I think that's pretty standard in countries around the world, even though not all of them. Sometimes red stands for something else, but usually it stands for blood and bravery and stuff. White is, I think, for purity or something. I forgot what the blue... God, I can't... Do you even remember what the blue represents in the American flag? My dad made good tacos. I ate 4. Usually eat 2. Okay, cool. My hand is now frozen from holding that frozen butter, and I still have more to grate.
Blue signifies vigilance, perseverance, and justice.
There you go. Blue symbolizes vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Hey, Mom! I didn't see you there. So, More frozen butter. Okay. And we continue. Got the graduation march now. Pomp and circumstance, yes. It's graduation season, maybe that's appropriate. But anyway, the 13 stripes represent the original, the red and white stripes represent the 13 original colonies. The 50 stars represent the 50 states. To those who don't already know. There's also the Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, which is the capital. The citizens of Washington, D.C. they're not in a state. They do not get representation in Congress, unlike any other person living in the 48 contiguous states or Alaska and Hawaii. And it's very controversial in D.C., and people outside of D.C. don't pay attention to that. There's also attendant territories and such, including my native Puerto Rico island in the Caribbean, which is to the east of the Hispaniola, which is Dominican Republic and Haiti. And there's also Guam, American Samoa in the Pacific, the American Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, which are to the east of Puerto Rico, and the Northern Mariana Islands out in the Pacific also. And they're all different situations with each one of the territories. They don't get representation, voting representation in Congress either. People from the Pacific territories, like the Northern Mariana Islands and so forth, get like the right to come to the states, but they don't get to get citizenship, or they don't get to live there. They don't get they do get American passports, but it's all very weird and complicated. Puerto Ricans, however, have had U.S. citizenship since, I believe, 1917 or 1907, one of those. But that's a fact that many American citizens do not even know. You know, most people I know, I mentioned Puerto Rico, they go, oh, do you need a passport to go there? What money did they use? It's like, no, we speak Spanish. They will understand you in English. It's American. You use your dollars. You don't have to go through customs. You just have to have your bags checked for any seeds and plant life and such. After I hit Zimbabwe, and I do the attendant non-sovereign states and such, depending on when my family, if and when my family can come from Puerto Rico, I want to have a big Puerto Rican night, which you all can see. I assume I will be cooking a ton, which will be put aside for the next day, because I imagine there'll be a lot of food. So I might as well do it the night before and the day of. Okay, that's all she wrote, baby. Okay, now that I am sweating. That took longer than I expected. But thankfully we're still on time. I do not know why, but I imagine it's so it can do this. So it's not melted, and when it folds together, it's not all liquidy, and the batter is not all sticky. This happened to me not too long ago. You may recall, I forgot what country, I was trying to make something, and the dough was all very, very sticky, and I couldn't get it to work properly, and I was kind of freaking out, and it turns out that that was because I was using melted butter and not softened butter. So this gets it in small bits, yet not melted. So, I imagine this goes into it being light and fluffy. So, now that we have grated that in, we're going to add in the buttermilk. Yes, we have buttermilk in all. We have buttermilk. The only thing that doesn't have the buttermilk is the coleslaw. In goes the buttermilk. Yeah, and I should have taken the whisk out of it before I poured it in. But that's okay. So here's where we need, where are you? Here you go, the spatula. So we're gonna fold it gently until it forms, are you serious with this? Gently mix with your hands. Okay, you know what? I don't feel like using my bare hands. So I'm getting out the gloves. With your hands, eh? Well, if you say so. Finding these recipes who are curious, I found, I believe this one from Food and Wine. It's honey biscuits. Okay, here we go. My hands. Okay, you say my hands, it'll be my hands. Here we go. Gently, gently, gently until, no, well, fold to combine a soft dough. Well, with your hands was for the butter, but either way you get to the other side. And this is gonna have to go, well, it might as well go on here. This counter is clean. I washed everything before we started. So this one is going to go out onto the surface, the floured surface, and this might as well be the surface that becomes floured. Here, let me get rid of you. So I need room. Ouch. Hurry, 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 hurry. Okay. And biscuits coming right up. Never made a biscuit before in my life. So, first time for everything. It's a place we went to in Miami that has the best biscuit. I was voted the best biscuit in the country. They won like the U.S. biscuit contest thing, and I'll be damned if it isn't the tastiest thing you've ever had. The place is called the Federal, even though they're changing their name, but they're in Miami. They were on that Bravo TV show, Best New Restaurant. And they were amazing. Hello, thank you for joining. We are doing food from the United States of America, which just happens to be our home country, as we work our way in our 193-week journey, a 4-year challenge, learning to cook by cooking the food of a different country in alphabetical order, working our way around the world from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe. This is week and country number 185 of 193, leaving us only 7 more weeks to go. This is night 2 of 3 of cooking the food of the U.S. Tonight we are making fried chicken, biscuits, and coleslaw. American picnic, Sunday, patriotic, 4th of July favorites just about anywhere in the U.S. if you're not from the U.S. You're going to have a... BuzzFeed had an interesting entry. They had a... what Europeans... you know, what it looks like when Europeans have a U.S. party. Like if you're going to have the thing and people dress up and bring things and be like the U.S. I thought that was very interesting. But they liked the red Solo cups, and I thought that was kind of funny and embarrassing for the U.S. But like, apparently, Europeans coming out, I was like, what is with Americans and the red Solo cups? And I was like, I'd like to know that too. So we have made a sort of a dough. It's starting to come together, and once we do that, I'm going to put some flour on the counter here. Of course, I can't do that when my hands are full of dough. I don't want to get a second pair of gloves, but I might have to. Okay. Hey Diana, thank you for liking the restream. We're making biscuits and fried chicken and coleslaw, and this is our dough. And we're on Periscope and Meerkat. Double fried chicken? No, but that would be a good thing. No, this is single fried. That would be cool though. It was kind of tricky for me finding just the right recipe. I wanted to find something that was really good. I found there was a thing saying here the 7 things do not do when you make fried chicken, and so I'm going to try to not do those. Are you afraid of working the dough? Oh dear. Now I am. Now I am. Okay. Eek. Well, I just figured it had to come together, but that's just, you know. So here, it needs to be about 2 inches thick and about a rectangle. So, again, me and shapes aren't really the best of friends. But that's about 2 inches thick, and it's a kind of a rectangle. I know you can't really see it that well on the Meerkat right now, but I can't touch the angle it too much without you falling. Arrgh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna fall. Don't fall. Okay, so now I need to take a picture. Thank you for the warning, Hector. It was kind of something that was in the back of my head. Sounds delicious. Takes me back to Sundays. As a child, it was always fried chicken dinner after church. Huh. We just got to church as fried chicken. Which I haven't been to since the 70s. Okay, so 6 pieces. Again, me and shapes don't get along. So that's a third, a third, and a third. So I'm going here and here. And then in a half this way. And I need to take a picture of that. And now I need to cut into squares. I did that. And now I need to put that on the baking sheet, which has parchment paper on it, which we have prepared earlier. Over here. And making sure each of these are 3 inches apart, again, with the shapes and dimensions. So that's got a funny shaped one, but there you go. 3 inches apart. Well, doing my best. That's a big ass biscuit. That is the Mondo biscuit of the world. And again, I apologize to Periscope anyone if you comment and I don't see. So 3 inches apart. Okay. So I'm gonna have to put you down, take a picture. I need to clean that off anyway. And I'm doing okay on time, so that's a first. Okay. So I can clean this off and then I'm gonna take a picture. Sorry for the rocking, Meerkat people. Also, we're waiting for our chicken to dry somewhat. It's sitting on the wax paper that's just sitting in the skillet just for the purposes of having a place for it to be, because we've run out of receptacles in this house. We've used them all up. You know this little thing I just used? That's really good for this too. In fact, that's the reason I bought it. Because it's good for scraping up dough. Hold on. Lift up. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm sorry, the OCD strikes again. I need more kitchen wipes. All right, now, sorry for the stalling. We have our biscuits. We have them on the tray. We're gonna take our lovely picture. The oven is already been preheated to 400, and I have 9 minutes to go before putting them in. So I'm gonna let that sit for a second. And right now I'm going to do something I didn't really plan on doing till later, but since I have the time, I'm going to do it right now. Find a receptacle for it. Oh geez. Here we go.
What?
That's the biggest bowl we have. This is a big enough bowl. Okay, we're going to mix our coleslaw. Should we? No, because that needs to be served immediately. I can't mix the coleslaw yet.
Have you shredded your cabbage?
Yes, I already shredded the cabbage. So what happens when you're over-prepared? Imagine. So what say we wind up eating dinner earlier than we expected?
Sure.
Okay, there we go. We have the okay from the boss. So I'm going to put the biscuits in the oven for 20 minutes. So set timer for 20 minutes. Okay, you are going to move over the stove. Because, and you're gonna come over this way, because we're gonna do something on the stove right here, real quick. So this goes in for 20 minutes. In those 20 minutes, we are going to clean off this. We're going to take this pot right here, and hello, Speedy, and we're going to start making what we're going to brush over the top of the biscuits in 20 minutes. And that is starting with melting the butter. I said melting the... Get in there. So we're melting butter into here, and then once that melts, we're going to add in the 2 tablespoons of honey, and rosemary. Chop the 2 tablespoons of chopped rosemary, and that's what's going to get brushed over the top of the biscuits in 20 minutes. So I need to melt that. I've been trying to be chill. Frying stuff, everything freaks me out. The frying the stuff is gonna freak me out. The temperature is at 350 on the oil there. The recipe I found was for in a cast iron skillet, but I didn't want to do that because I have trouble maintaining the temperature on the skillet. So while we melt our butter, we are going to add in the let me melt that some more. Do we have our light on here? Is it on? No, it's not on. Now it's on. Whoo! I need water. Is my water out there somewhere?
Maybe
It's probably by the desk. But then we're going to wind up moving to the other side to fry the chicken. So, and I need to get the meat thermometer out. Very important. Because I know it needs to be to the 165 for it to be ready. Hey! Cheyenne, how you doing? Greetings, we are making fried chicken, biscuits, and coleslaw as we cook the USA. This butter started out frozen, so it's taking longer to melt than I otherwise would have expected. And so it's melting enough. So now we're going to add the honey. What's this? The Washington Post March? Is that what this is called?
Stars and Stripes Forever.
Stars and Stripes Forever. I would lose on Name That Tune. You have to be a certain age to remember Name That Tune. I don't think you could really play Name That Tune anymore. So many songs today aren't really about the melody. Not they're not good songs, they're just not all about the melody. And we're going to add in the rosemary. That's chopped fresh rosemary, incidentally. And I'm going to mix it all up. Ooh, my goodness, that smells good. And turn that down. Turn that way down. Way down. And turn that down to low, because that's going to have to sit there for another 15 minutes. So that means that we need to move, and you are going to go over the bird's eye view over the here. So one moment while we adjust you. Don't get dizzy. I will be moving the deep fryer over in this general direction right now. 1, 2, 3, go. Ah, that's hot. Can you see? Kinte Queen, thank you for joining. So this is our deep fryer. It's up to 350, and we're moving you over here, and we have the wire rack. I don't have a wire rack. I do have these little wire racky things that one uses for frying fish on a grill. That's as wire rack as I have. It said one of the mistakes that people make in frying chicken is that they dry it on paper towels, and that, they say, is not a great idea. So here's the thing. It's at 350. It's going to wind up at 325. So I'm going to take it down now to 325. Because you want to keep the temperature between 320 and 325. The temperature's obviously going to go down as soon as I put the first piece of chicken in. Which reminds me. I said I was going to take the little ends off the chicken wings, and since I have the time now, this might be a good time to do that. So, I'm taking my kitchen shears, trying not to touch the chicken. I'm kind of, this is only the second or third time I've ever dealt with a whole chicken. So, I think it was Hector who told me previously that, yeah, everyone chops those off. So you go away. And where's the other one? Okay.
What do they look like?
The little things on the end of the wings. When you get chicken wings, you only get the little elbows. You don't get the peak at the end of the wing. So it's that little piece right there.
Oh, I've gotten chicken wings with that, and they're completely useless.
Exactly.
Because there's no meat on them.
That's why I'm doing this with my bad hand. Where'd it go? Here. Okay, you're done. Okay, here goes nothing. I remember that. Oh yes, Hector. Thank you again. Okay, here we go. Open sesame. Okay, I am praying that I can do this in 2 batches. And I know that white meat and dark meat cook at different rates. This is fresh oil that I put in. I bought it just for this occasion. Oh, that's another thing they say. Don't splurge on oil for cooking fried chicken because you'd be wasting your money. So I'm doing... Holy cow, I really hope I can do this. Okay, here we go. In you go. Okay, so I'm going to check in on this. In Cliff, I normally buy fry at a much higher temperature than 325. Yes, it's set to start at 350 and stay at 325 for 10 to 12 minutes. This is what this said, but I dig you. I feel you. You know your stuff, man. But this is the way this recipe went, and it said to let it sit to rest for 10 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do. We have 10 minutes to go on that. Got it. Of course, this recipe was talking about on a skillet, in a cast iron skillet. I chose not to do that. I made that decision. I have to live with my choices. Okay, I've got 10 minutes. So in those 10 minutes now, I'm gonna mix up the coleslaw and to hell with the rest. Okay, here we go. We've got, in a global food challenge, what part of the world is this from? This is the United States. We just happen to be cooking our home country tonight. As we do 193 United Nations member states, this is country number 185 of 193. This is night 2. And right now we're working on our coleslaw. We're going to drop in our half a head of shredded cabbage. And then our 2 shredded carrots. And let's see now. Let's put in now, this is the, what is that? That's what belonged in the other thing, is what that is. I need to put that back. That's the cornstarch, and I was wondering where it went. Salt. And this is white wine vinegar. I just took 2 pictures accidentally. And this is the juice of 1/2 of a lemon. Nigella seeds, which Nigella seeds right here. Hello, Wabar Muha. Greetings, assalamu alaikum. We have got our Nigella seeds here. And then a mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. Can't be American food without mayonnaise. Still a stereotype of American food that people put ketchup on everything. Is that still a stereotype? So, mixing this all up in our 8 minutes. Nigella seeds, what are those? Good question. They are, I have them in the package here, I'll show you. They are also known in other lands as calangoni or grains d'oignon, so it'd be like onion grains. So I think there's another name for them also. But I think they may be called black onion seeds and Nigella seeds, though, like the chef's name, Chef Nigella, like that. So we give a nice flavor to the coleslaw as we mix it all up. And I'm glad onion flavor. Yes, a little bit of an onion flavor it gives it. This is a big piece of cabbage. I don't know you. This is maybe the second time I've tried anything that's like a slaw. The first time was back when I cooked El Salvador, and I made quite a mess of it because I did not know how to shred cabbage. I barely know how to shred cabbage now, but at least now I did it better than I did then. These are still very large pieces of cabbage. So I need to work on my skill set on that. And by the way, I think they are also known as black caraway seeds. Thank you, Hector. That's the man. I knew it was black something. So yes, this is my 4-year Learn to Cook challenge. The premise is that I never learned to cook as a child. My mom wasn't a cook, so I never learned to cook. In college, I accidentally almost killed myself because I did not know certain food basics. And that scared me away from the kitchen. And I didn't ever cook for, let's just say, several decades. And after Top Chef on Bravo, I was doing different TV show blogs, and Top Chef was one of them. I wound up meeting some people from the show, including one particular chef, and I wound up with a conversation. And someone, I was lamenting the fact that I didn't know how to cook, and here I'm blogging this food show. And he said, just freaking get off your butt and learn how to roast a chicken. And I did. And I was reading a book about a lady from Afghanistan. She was talking about a stew. I made the stew. I said, oh, I can do that. And it tasted really great. And I said, you know what? I got OCD. I need to learn to cook. And I need to work on my writing. So I did a blog where I've been cooking one country a week in alphabetical order, one country a week around the world. And it's the end of our 4 years. We're approaching the end. And it is pretty cool. We'll be hitting Zimbabwe in 7 weeks, and now I know stuff. And now I've been doing it on Meerkat for a little over a year, and on Periscope we just started a few weeks ago. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna taste. Oh my, that's yummy. Very yummy. Good. I mean, the coleslaw the cabbage isn't shredded as well as I'd like, but. So I'm going to let that sit. And we have 4 more minutes. I'm going to let go on the here before I check on the chicken. And that's going to wind up going on the wire rack. Where did the wire rack go? Here. So instead of drying it on paper towels, hey Ray, thank you for liking the restream in case I didn't get to say that before. So we're going to dry it on here, let it drip onto the wax paper, and then hopefully those 4 pieces can go into batch 2. We're going to wind up having all dark meat with our dinner, and then the white meat will be, I guess, the leftovers. Because the premise is that it goes, it rests for 10 minutes. After it comes out of the fryer. Oh, and I need the thermometer again. Because I can't say it's done till it's the right temperature. Got the right temperature, I have you from the start. Hey. Sean Paul is in the house. Where's my water? We've got our sauce all ready to go for the biscuits, which will be in 3 minutes. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Especially when we have a breathing moment here. I'm going to quickly grab my water. There we go. Hello, Kitty Queen. Thank you for coming back. Throw this away. And we don't need you anymore. And see, I was wondering where that baking powder had gone. I basically put it in the wrong place. So back and bowl. I will never get tired of that joke. Back and bowl. Back and bowl. Back and bowl. Now you saw that movie, yes?
What?
All of Me?
Maybe you showed it to me?
If I did, it was like 25 years ago. This is the Washington Post. I used to live in D.C. I'd go down to the National Mall and get a walk from my apartment. And people would be sitting there drinking all stinking day. Not down for that. But I'd just go sit on the mall and I'd be by myself and I'd see John Williams, you know, the Star Wars John Williams, conducting the National Symphony Orchestra or something. on the grounds of the Capitol, and they'd be playing the Sousa marches, and then you'd like look over and see the fireworks going off behind the Washington Monument, and it was really something. It was a cool time in my life. I was able to just walk down and see that. I did that twice, but then afterwards, like the entire universe is trying to get out of there, and thankfully I was able to walk home every day. No, they didn't have it every day. It was every year. Did I say every day? I probably did. I do that. My mouth goes faster than my brain. Okay. 30 seconds. I think I'm gonna. This is dark meat, so I'm gonna check it now. Okay. Let's see. Thermometer on. Go. It's moving fast. We're looking for 165. That's the magic number. Getting there. Pretty sure it's gonna be there in seconds. 60. Yep. You're there, all right. 3. That's 2, 3. Come on. Waiting. 3.8. 4.4, 4.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bingo. Lift off. You are ready. Oh, come on. Shoot. Okay, I need something to get that out. Got hermetically sealed onto the basket. I did not expect this. Here we go. Lost a little bit of the crust there. I know, it's because I packed it too tight. Oh shoot, time's running out. Okay, hold on. You go back on. Stay warm. Yes, I know, you're ringing. My biscuits are ready for phase 2. So we're gonna hold on. I'm not gonna move anybody because that's too much of trouble. Great color on that chicken. Yes, thank you. I need to get the biscuits out. I don't know who's gonna see what. Stop it. I see you, Mr. Timer. Biscuits out of the oven. Again, I don't know who can see what. Loving this. Oh, thank you. I very much appreciate that. Okay. Whoa! Face in the hot oven. Okay, so this is what the biscuits look like now. I'm gonna brush them with the honey and butter and rosemary over here before my hands burn. Ow! Okay. Be right back. I would move you, but that would be too much trouble just for this one brief step. Trust me, I'm brushing the top of these biscuits. Brushing, brushing, brushing. Brush up, brush up, brush up with the new one. And then there goes the music again. Swell. Marvelous. 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 Okay. Brushing. Brushing. This smells so good. It's got the honey and the butter and the rosemary, and we've got all kinds of smells happening up in here. Smelling of everything. Okay, so now that is going to go in the oven for another 10 minutes. So biscuits going back. Oh shoot, I didn't take a picture. Hold on. Sorry about that. Whole air, I missed you. Hola, sir. Oh, hola. ¿Cómo te va? ¿Cómo están las cosas? Estamos aquí cocinando en Estados Unidos. We are here cooking the food of the United States. And back in the oven for 10 minutes. Set timer for 10 minutes. Okay. Hello, everyone. Santos, my man. I didn't see it was you. We're going to be doing Puerto Rico before, after we hit Zimbabwe. Could you try to hit the next button on that if you can? I can't run over there right now. Okay. So, fried chicken. Chunk chicken. And here we go. Yeah. I really hope this fits. Thank you so much, honey.
Uh-huh.
Why am I doing this with the oven mitts on? Okay. Okay. Okay, 2. It's the white meat. Oh, shoot. It's gonna have to be another batch. For the last thing, alas. It's gonna have to be a 3rd batch. Okay, here. The timer, 12 minutes. Okay, so since this is white meat, it's gonna be 12 minutes instead of 10 minutes. And then here we have chicken, and I need to be patient and let it sit. And you guys still have action happening over here. So I'm gonna set up the plates, but then you're gonna move to the plating station. Did that, did this, did that. Did that. Yay! Okay, we're in business. Okay, we've got a serving thing for the coleslaw over here, which is going to go onto the plates over there when we start plating. So the biscuits will be out ready in a little less than 8 minutes, and then this batch here will be done in 11 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to put that other piece in for 12 minutes by itself, which kind of sucks, but c'est la vie. It's just too big. Our birds are too big. That was kind of a problem when I was cooking United Kingdom. When I was doing Scotland last week with the breast of the bird. The recipe was, you know, like in Scotland where chicken is a normal size. Here chicken is like, you know, on steroids. It's like that big. So the chicken breast was, you know, the size of a baby's head, which America. You like everything big. Everything must be huge. It is so weird cooking the food of the U.S. here. I mean, I just can't even begin to tell you how strange it is. And then trying to find something that was uniquely American, that wasn't specific to any particular state or region. Gotta go enjoy the meal. Thank you, Hector. Thank you so much for coming by, as always. Seriously. It's really weird researching all these different countries, and now, you know, researching the U.S. and seeing the food of the U.S. as sort of like an objective viewpoint and not as, you know, being in it. And it was just talking about, you know, breakfast is normally, you know, cereal, or sometimes it is, you know, eggs and bacon or pancakes or something, and lunch is usually a sandwich, and how families never eat dinner together, and I'm like, well, rarely dinner together. I'm like, well, that's really true. And it said everything is about convenience and speed, and it'll be fast food or it's prepackaged food, and I'm thinking, that's true. It's just weird to see it in like a textbook, you know, saying this, you know, to everyone. Trying to do every meal. It's not good to eat at night. See, that's the thing. See, different countries look at different ways. So, like maybe being American, we tend to eat dinner. I mean, traditionally, you know, back when I was a kid, dinner time for, you know, like white Americans was like 6:30 p.m. But being Latino, being Puerto Rican, we would always eat dinner later. But the Cubans, I grew up in Miami where it's mostly Cubans, the Cubans would eat later still. They'd eat like at 9 p.m., which would be kind of crazy late for us. So it really depends. Different cultures do different things differently, but it's true. Americans do have their heaviest meal at night, whereas other countries do it, you know, at lunch, where, you know, you have more activity the rest of the day, and it does make sense. It's just a tradition, the way that, you know, this culture, you know, does things. But you're right. I mean, the Spanish, the whole thing, they have a big lunch and then they have the siesta and then they go back to work. I'm like, that would be nice. I would like that. But the Americans would never do such a thing. How are we doing? 4 minutes. 4 minutes to go on the biscuits. This is the chicken. That's the chicken. The coleslaw is sitting ready to be plated. This is resting for 10 minutes. So that's kind of key to this. What do you drink? You mean in the United States or me? Me, I'm drinking seltzer water. I drink water, I don't do soda. Although in the US, people, less than they used to, but there's lots of soda, carbonated beverages, you know, energy drinks, lots of things with lots of sugar, which is part of the dietary problems in the US. People having with obesity and diabetes and things like that. They're trying to get people off the sugary beverages, and even the diet beverages. People are, you know, trigger a thing in your brain to make you want to eat more food. Thank you very much. I'm learning. This is a learning process. But this is the first time I fried chicken. So it looks very crispy and very tasty. Drumstick here. And the wings, this is the dark meat, and then the white meat is in here. And I know it takes a little longer, which is why I timed it. So, this should be interesting. This is sort of like would be in the United States, sort of traditional thing that people would have at picnics or 4th of July. Normally they'd have hot dogs or hamburgers. Yeah. I found recipes for relish. It smells lovely. Yeah. Ooh, enjoy. Yes, we're gonna have to. Oh, we've got the smell of the oil in the house, which is a problem. And to get rid of the oil smell, you can get a pot and put some white vinegar in it, and just let it, you know, evaporate on the stove at a low temperature, and it will pull the grease smells out of the air. So the house will smell like vinegar for a little bit, but then it won't smell like oil anymore. This is canola oil. It said not to use expensive oil like extra virgin olive oil or anything. Something with a lower smoke point, and want something with a higher smoke point. So vegetable oil, canola oil, or peanut oil would be appropriate in this case. I brought a big jug of the canola oil for this. Where are you? We are in Florida, in a town called Jupiter, Florida, which is about 2 hours north from Miami. About an hour north of Fort Lauderdale. It's about 2.5 hours south of Disney World. So Mickey Mouse is, I don't know which way is north. Which way is north?
That way.
That way. Mickey Mouse is 2 hours, 2.5 hours that way. So, what time is it? That's a good question. It is 7:23 p.m. Where are you? Out of curiosity, in case I didn't see it if you wrote it before. We have Aziz speaking to us over here. Because I'm guessing I probably cooked it. Well, I mean, I've cooked just about every country so far. So unless you're in Yemen, Casablanca, yes. Oh, beautiful. My parents were in Casablanca. They took a cruise. That's beautiful. Yes, we did Morocco. That was a very good meal. You can go to cliffyland.com. Cliffyland.com. And you can see what I did for Morocco. That was before I was streaming, so there was no videos for that. But the blogs and the pictures are all up there. And I think I did, you know, for me, pretty decent, you know. I don't remember exactly what I cooked, though. I'm pretty sure it involved rice and fish and or chicken. And dates? Probably dates. But yes, so we have 7 more weeks to go. You're welcome. Thank you. The 26 seconds, that is on which? That's on the biscuits. Okay, so we're ready for the biscuits to come out of the oven. They look good. Looking good. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Okay. Oh, what time is it there? Out of curiosity. Don't answer just yet. NASA. Yes, that's up the road. That's about 2 hours straight north, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, the space shuttle is up that way. Or used to be up that way. So here we have our biscuits. Yummy, yummy biscuits. Ooh, huge biscuits. So I'm gonna put that on the stove, let that cool off for a hot second. And how are we on time? 3 minutes on this sucker. So in that time, I am gonna move you to the plating station, and then I'll move you there too. So hold on, you're gonna get dizzy for a second, but it'll be worth it, trust me. Ow. Hold on, gotta take your shoe off. Yeah. None because you say, oh, like NASA. Ah, I see. Well, yes, well, that is, but it is up near where, not that far north of where we are. Yes, we do the countdown for New Year's. Everybody, different countries have different New Year's traditions, which I find really interesting. Here it's just, you know, counting down, watching television, or tourists go to New York into Times Square. People who are not, who people from New York never do that because it's crazy. Yes, then at midnight you kiss a loved one. You make me hungry. Good, thank you. We tried. And I have 1 minute to go on that. So let me plate the coleslaw here. Serving of the coleslaw. I'm not gonna be looking up for a second, so if you'll pardon me. Coleslaw. So I figured I needed a vegetable, so that's our vegetable. And biscuit. I'm gonna give you a smaller one. Wow, that is a huge biscuit.
Even bigger than the Federal?
It's about the Federal size. We have 39 seconds, so I'm going to, pardon me, I need to go look at the, thanks for the like, check on my chicken over here, see if it got to the right temperature. So here we go. Wow, wow, wow. I just hate the fact that I have this one extra piece, which is sitting here. Oh, I need to check the temperature. I'm sorry I can't move you back. I apologize. I have to make sure that the chicken is at the right safe temperature to eat. But let me plate this in the meantime. I'm pretty sure it is. So we've got a chicken leg and a wing and a chicken leg and a wing that have fused together. That might need another minute. No? Yes? No. It's getting there. I may need to jump up to get the chicken out, the last piece. The KFC, like KFC, yes, like KFC, indeed. With the 11 herbs and spices. I'm going to take a picture of this one. Feels like it needs a breast, but I'm gonna let one. I want a breast, damn it. Just at the right temperature. It's okay. Hold on, everyone. Got ice stuck to the dang basket. Let go. Yeah. Oh well. C'est la vie. Yo sí que c'est la vie. Let go. Okay, last piece going in. Okay. Alright, I'm not gonna let this one rest just because I'm hungry. Hey, Lavender Femchi. No, do I see you? Yes. Holly, hello, hello. Aziz, okay, so I want a breast. I want to put a breast on here. So, I'm breaking the rule. I'm giving myself a third piece. I ran 10 miles this morning. That's my excuse. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a picture. Fried chicken, biscuits, coleslaw, America, USA, night 2. So that is night 2 of the US. Again, you can see we have our fried chicken, our coleslaw, and our golden biscuit. Where's our biscuit? Our biscuit, which is having white balance problems. And here is the coleslaw, the chicken, and the biscuits. This is night. Poof. Thank you for the restream there. Poon and Holly, John rather. Thank you. So that is night 2 of the USA. Remember to go like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest, and please, please, please go to YouTube and look for Cliffyland and subscribe to the YouTube channel. The video will be posted, if not tonight, tomorrow morning from this very night. The blog will be up on Wednesday, again at cliffyland.com, and that will cover all 3 nights. So we had Friday night where we did the Native American foods, or the bison, and then tonight with the fried chicken, and then Tuesday night we're doing what I feel is the most American dinner of all the American dinners that are to be had. So check that out Tuesday night, and we'll see you then. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the hearts on Periscope. Catch you next time. And to you on Meerkat, thank you very much, and see you next time.